Hey Wildcats, I'm Logan.
And I'm Olivia.
And welcome back to this week's Wildcat News.
Bro, that's what y'all wanted me to say, bro.
For lunch today, we have pizza, fish nuggets, pears, diced corn, warm tortillas, and ranch salad. Enjoy the lunch.
Now on to sports with Zanel.
Now with the sports, the Miami Dolphins play against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, September 18th. The Marlins lost 6-1 to the Philadelphia Phillies. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, we are taking a moment to appreciate the great life and career of Roberto Clemente, whose day of remembrance was yesterday, September 15th. That's all for this week's sports. I hope you all enjoy. Now back to the studio.
Now on to weather with Vittorio.
For today's weather outside, it's 86. There's a 60% chance of thunder and a 50% chance of rain, so make sure you grab your umbrellas. Just a reminder that there is a tropical storm forming in the Atlantic Ocean, and it could possibly hit Florida, so make sure to be prepared.
Now here are some segments from our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
And welcome to another 6th grade segment. Today, we will be talking about an important person in Hispanic American history, Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez was the organizer of migrant American farm workers and a co-founder of the National Farm Workers Association in 1962.
Some say he was the Martin Luther King for the Hispanic laborers. He himself was a laborer and decided to stand up for himself and all the other laborers. Chavez, who was a farm laborer himself, grew up in a family of Mexican American descent.
Being a laborer himself, he lost the farm that he worked on during the Great Depression. Due to this, they became migrant workers and moved to California. He lived in migrant camps and went to school sporadically. He spent 2 years in the U.S. Navy. He served in World War II before returning back to his farm work in Arizona and California.
Cesar began leading a California grape strike in September 1965 and later led a nationwide boycott of California grapes, attracting liberal support nationwide. By the late 1960s, the Teamsters Union had recognized an opportunity in Chavez's success.
When the Teamsters made inroads into Chavez's campaign in 1972, the AFL-CIO offered to help in 1980. In 1988, at the age of 61, he underwent his third hunger strike, which lasted for 36 days. Chavez died in his sleep on April 23, 1993, at the age of 66.
In recognition of his nonviolent activism and support of working people, Chavez was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously in 1994.
That's all for this week, Wildcats.
Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Kailani.
And I'm Camilo.
Welcome to the 7th grade news segment, Our Hispanic American Heroes.
Today we will be talking about Sylvia Rivera.
Sylvia was born on July 2nd, 1951 and died on February 19, 2002 in New York City. In 1951 to a father from Puerto Rico and a mother from Venezuela. She was a Puerto Rican American transgender activist, most commonly known as one of the insiders of the monumental Stonewall riots in New York City.
She was assigned male at birth and given the name Ray. Rivera had an incredibly difficult childhood. Her father was absent, and her mother died by suicide when Rivera was only 3 years old. In the summer of 1969, when Rivera was 17, she became a main advocate and a pioneer when New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn at LGBTQ club, located in Greenwich Village in New York City.
The raid sparked a riot among bar patrons and neighborhood residents as police roughly pulled employees and patrons out of the bar, leading to 6 days of protests and violent clashes with law enforcement outside the bar. The Stonewall riots served as the beginning of the LGBTQ plus rights movement in the United States and around the world.
In 1970, she co-founded the militant group and youth shelter STAR, Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, with African-American trans activist Marsha P. Rivera's legacy had led to organizations like the Sylvia Rivera Law Project, which works to guarantee that all people are free to self-determine their gender identity and expression, regardless of income or race.
She has made a big impact throughout her life, and even in death, her memory lives on. That is all we have today. Have a great weekend.
Bye, Wildcats!
Hello, Wildcats. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Sarah.
And welcome to our 8th grade segment.
This segment will be about Constitution Day and Citizenship Day.
On September 17th, we celebrate Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. It marks the anniversary of the U.S. Constitution and the rights and responsibilities of all citizens.
This celebration recognizes the value of the American experiment and the success of a nation of free people whose rights and liberties are protected by a written constitution.
Not only that, but Constitution Day and Citizenship Day also recognizes all who, by birth in the United States or not by naturalization, have become U.S. citizens.
The Constitution dates back all the way to May 14, 1787 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where delegates made a convention to talk about how America was going to be governed. Almost 4 months later, on September 17, 1787, the U.S. Constitution was officially signed.
The Constitution embodies the fundamental laws and principles upon which the United States is governed. It is the framework for the organization of the United States government and for the relationship of the federal government with the states, citizens, and all the people in the United States.
Since its ratification, the U.S. Constitution has been amended 27 times in order to adjust provisions that were inadequate, such as the president not supposed to have more than 2 terms of the First Amendment regarding the 5 freedoms that we need.
The signing of the Constitution stands as one of the most significant events in U.S. history. The U.S. Constitution established many rights and freedoms. We the people enjoy it today.
That's all for today's segment. See you next time.
Here are a couple announcements for this week. This week we have cross country and cheer practice on Monday and Wednesday. Also, there's picture day on September 20th, Tuesday, so make sure to look your very best.
Finally, we have Ready testing next week. So block scheduling will be Wednesday through Friday.
That's all for this week's Wildcat News. Once again, I'm Logan.
And I'm Olivia.
Bye.
September 11, 2001, 4 coordinated terrorist attacks.
Took.
Dull.
Street transvestity.
What are your iOS 16 wallpapers, bro?
I don't have iOS 16.
Bro, get it, bro.